And, oh, some sound. Great! That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk about sound. I love sound. I love music. When I was a kid, I remember I was maybe 9 or 10 years old, and I heard on the radio some strange noises. And I thought, was there something wrong with the radio? No, it wasn't. It was a concert on National Swedish Radio, Channel 2, of course. And I thought, what is this? What is this? And I found out that's synthesizers. Synthesizers. What is a synthesizer? Well, if you look at the definition in Wikipedia, which is quite good actually, a synthesizer is an electronic instrument capable of producing sounds by generating electrical signals of different frequencies. Whoa. Something like that, you know? Sounds. But sounds, they're better played. So with me today, I have this little machine here. It's a synthesizer from 1971. That's 1 year before I was born. And it can make sounds. Maybe this was a typical synth sound. I don't know what you think about when you hear the word synthesizer. Synthesizer can make any sort of sounds, really. And that's why they were created. And as you can see, everyone needs a synthesizer, especially nuns. I don't know really what they thought about at that time, but one thing was for sure, they were very creative. And you can see here that this nun, she's playing on a keyboard. I don't have a keyboard with me today. I'm just going to hold this up for a little while so you can see it. Here it is, conveniently put in a briefcase so you can carry it around in the city. Sit down and play something. There are even built-in speakers here. Well, that's a little bit about that. A brief synthesizer history. Yes. Well, as far as electronics goes, it started way back in, let's say, I don't know, it was really a long way back. They started experimenting with it. But the guy who's considered to be the forefather of today's synthesizers is Robert Moog. He is dead today, but he has really created a legacy. The huge thing you can see here in the background, that's a Moog modular, and it's basically a big box full of electronics, oscillators that make sounds, filters that changes the sounds and activates them in different ways. And you had to hook everything up manually with patch cords. Everything. It was really huge work. But this was a revolution when it hit the market in 1964 or 63. Nobody had ever heard of anything like it. And he created a standard also that lives on today. This standard lives on today. Later on, in the 70s, he created the Mini Moog. You have all heard it because it's in so many pop songs that I can't count them. But one example could be Gimme, 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 Man After Midnight. So the starting riff there is a Mini Moog. And this was the way for Moog to make their innovation accessible to a lot of people. And it was a huge success and was produced until the 80s and is still very sought after today. And still played very much, just like an instrument. Later on, in the 80s, we have the TB303. This was Roland. Roland is a very innovative company. They used to be more innovative before. This one was meant for musicians playing on the stage to have a bass player in their little box. And this is from the start of the 80s, and they thought, oh wow, this has got to be really great. Now we can have a box playing the bass. Well, here we have Oscar Peterson, a now deceased jazz player who supposedly have been used this one. I don't know. I don't believe it really. So what really happened with this was it didn't sell anything. People hated it. They thought it was catastrophe. And you know what? Because it just sounded like this. And nobody thought, hey, what are we going to use this for? So the product died. And a few years later, when they were basically throwing it away, it gave birth to a new genre, acid house. Have you heard about acid house? Acid house was a part of the techno movement. And this little gray machine that was intended for bass, to give bass to musicians, was now a techno machine. And is still used today as a techno machine. And then later on came the digital synthesizers. Yamaha DX7 entered the market, and the older synthesizers kind of faded away a little bit. They were small, convenient, cheap, easy to mass produce. And then came computer and software-based synthesizers as we have today. 2011, we have lots of synthesizers. There are many, many, many brands. And Moog still lives on today. So now we're going to talk about something different. Investments. We all make them in something. Let's assume we have a bag of cash. What are we going to do with it? Oh, party. I want to do something. I want to do something. I want to buy something. A new car. I want to go traveling. Yeah. Oh, stop. I got to be sensible here. I got to do something responsible with my money. I got to invest them. Stocks. Well, it could have been a good idea. Maybe it is a good idea. I don't know. I got a bag of cash. I didn't want to invest in stocks. I don't know anything about it. It's not very tangible. I don't find it very interesting. And, well, as it looks today, I've probably lost all my money. So, gold. Gold is nice. Looks good. Tangible. You can put it somewhere. Pat it. But then again, it's heavy too. I don't want to use it. So, why not put the money in synthesizers? And that's exactly what I did. I got synthesizers. They are great fun. They stimulate creativity. And also, I like it. It's my passion. So I invested in a few synthesizers over a few years. And am I a collector then? No, I'm not a collector. I'm a musician. So why not make good use of this? So I built a studio. Well, it's kind of dark, but that's the way it's supposed to look really cool, you know? And I can tell people that, hey, this is my spaceship. So this was a process. I didn't know much about building a studio. I had owned a few synthesizers before. I've been playing in bands for a long time and making music also. But making a studio with vintage technology, no, didn't know anything about that. So I had to learn how to solder, to hook up a lot of patch cords. And believe me, there are many. There are about 2 kilometers of wire in my studio. And I learned how to repair them because they break, they're old, they need love and care. I learned how to improve them. And this was really a fascinating process that still goes on. So I thought, well, I need to do something with my studio. I can't just sit here and use it all by myself. Well, I could, but that would have been really nerdish, wouldn't it? So I created a brand. I called it Analog Sweden. And analog because I mostly have analog synthesizers. Sweden because I'm in Sweden, obviously. And the little symbols here maybe you can understand, it's this SWE, but they are also the basic waveforms that you use in a synthesizer. So the first is a sinus, the other is a triangle, and the next one is a square wave. How funny. Then I started blogging about it. I thought, wait, well, why not share some of my experiences? And people started contacting me, and I got mails from everywhere, really, Japan, Australia, the US, and they wanted to buy stuff from me, and they wanted to do, get in contact and ask me things. That's been really fantastic. So what this talk has been all about is not about synthesizers, really. It's about investing in your passions. Put your money in something you really like to do. And I'm going to end my talk here with a little performance on the synthy. And this is the part where tolerance of the city comes in. I ask you to be tolerant, because this could be crazy. It's old. It's, you know what older stuff can do sometimes. You have to kick it hard, and it makes sounds. So sit back and relax, and watch a few images from my studio, a little virtual tour, and we'll play some. And you guys just have to tell me when it's done. Okay. That's it. Thank you.